This is a production of the Gold Arrow Podcast Network. Hello there, and welcome to the Gold Arrow Camp Pog-Cast. That's right, a podcast dedicated to Pog. No, it's not actually. It's a podcast dedicated to bringing the magic of Gold Arrow Camp into your ears when we're not at camp, when we're at school, when we're at work. Still want a little bit of that camp spirit, and this podcast is the way we intend to bring that to you. This is the pilot episode, and I'm your host, Soy, and we say, welcome to the podcast. So here's what we hope the podcast will be. We hope that it'll be a little spot of shining happiness, of positivity in your daily life. We're going to bring you some wows. We're going to do joke of the day. We might talk a little bit about inspiration. We want to bring a little bit of camp into the real world, a little virtual campfire, if you will. And so one of the ways we're going to do that is something that you're probably familiar with, camper, something we do every single morning. That's right. It's time for some wows. Now, we understand you might be unfamiliar with what wows are, and so we're here to help. You know what? Turn to the person you're listening with and explain to them right now what a wow is. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. That's right. A wow is a little something we pass out at a morning assembly. We read them out loud. It's a little note to somebody who did something awesome, made your day better. And we want to do that here on the Pog-Cast, and we want you to get involved. So if you want to send a wow, you can send it to wows@goldarrowcamp.com. You want to shoot us an email, or maybe you're on Instagram or Twitter. Just go ahead and hashtag GAC wow, and we'll read those out. But this is the first podcast, and so none of you have written in yet because you didn't know you could. And so I'm going to read 3 wows here this morning for the people who are making it happen here at the Gold Arrow Camp office. First, a wow to Sunshine. The podcast is entirely her idea. She's letting us run with it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. But thank you to Sunshine for letting us have the podcast. Second wow is for Sandwich, who named the podcast. We were going to call it maybe GAC Morning Assembly or the GAC Cast, but Sandwich said you should call it the Pog-Cast. We thought that was pretty funny. And so wow to Sandwich for being creative, coming up with the Pog-Cast. And finally, a big wow to Sticks and Baboon and Tank. The 3 of them are still up at camp, putting the final things away so that everything will be in good shape when we show up in the summer and you come back to meet with us. Camp will be ready to go. And I know that I'm excited for that, and I hope you're excited for that. So wow to them for working hard even after we all go back to school. Joke of the cast, 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 joke of the cast. That's right. We're bringing my favorite feature of morning assembly, the joke of the day, to the podcast. And it'll be a joke o' the cast, about the same quality you can come to expect at morning assembly, only now in podcast form. So here's the first one. A sheepdog is out, and he's gathering up all the sheep, and he herds them into the pen, comes around the corner, sees the shepherd, and he says, "Sir, I've done it. I rounded up all 40 sheep." The shepherd is confused. He says, "But dog, we only have 36 sheep." The sheepdog smiles. He says, "I know. I rounded up." And that brings us to the end of the inaugural Pog-Cast here on the Gold Arrow Podcast Network. But we don't want to just walk away and be done. No, friends, we got a couple more things, some announcements, if you will, before we head out. First, you could join us on the 1st of October at the Manhattan Beach 10K. We'll be there. We'll have the booth set up. We would love for you to come out and be a GAC runner. We're also going to, at the Manhattan Beach 10K, reveal our very special chapstick flavor, something you can only get at in-person events. It's going to be a big one. I'm really excited about it. We've also got an event coming up at the Mark for Events in Los Angeles on the 23rd of October. And we're looking forward to seeing you there. Check your email, check your regular mail for that if you live in Southern California. And let's end the day. Little inspirational thought around the virtual campfire here. Friends, wherever you're going, you're going to do great things. You do good work today. You're going to help a friend. You're going to make somebody's day better. You're going to smile a little bit more, check your phone a little bit less. We know the best you and you know the best you. And we're excited for you to bring that to your world. And so for all of us sitting around the campfire here at Gold Arrow Camp, we say good day, and we'll save you a marshmallow.